Design by subtraction, a philosophy coined by Fumito Ueda. The idea that if something doesn't serve the core experience of a game, it simply shouldn't exist. Having never experienced his work before, that idea immediately caught my attention, which is why I decided to get the platinum for. The game has 24 trophies, a 6 on 10 difficulty, and requires 3 playthroughs, thanks to a few tedious trophies. But we'll talk about those later. Let's just enjoy the game first. We begin our journey waking up beside an injured beast named Trico. After tending to his wounds and getting knocked out in the process, we are introduced to the collectibles of the game, Trico's food, barrels, bringing us to the first trophy of the game, balancing barrels, earned by walking 10 meters while carrying stacked barrels. Simple in theory, in practice, incredibly annoying. Now, how far is 10 meters? Gently balancing barrels. By the next day, Trico was no longer hostile, so I released him from his shackles and started exploring, which is when I found a mirror. I had no idea what it did until I aimed it at a wall. What the Since when could he do that? Once we escaped the dungeon and finally made it outside, I began to truly understand Ueda's philosophy of minimalism. No cluttered HUD, no NPCs, little to no dialogue, just a vast, empty, melancholic world. The game forces you to piece the story together through the environment and the obstacles in your way. It's just you, your AI companion, and the narrator that drops the occasional hint if you ever get lost. Which brings us to the reason why this game requires multiple playthroughs. There are 4 trophies that cause the most concern. Untouchable Emissary for finishing the game without dying, Lightning Emissary for finishing the game in under 5 hours, Intensive Care for removing all spears from Trico as quickly as possible, and All Talked Out for listening to every hint in the game. There are 95 hints in total and no way to keep track of them. Not to mention, the hints trigger only when the game thinks you are stuck. And at times, I waited over 5 minutes for a hint to pop. Finally! Oh my god, 6 minutes for this damn hint to pop. Jesus! And I have to listen to 95 hints? I'm on hint number 20 and I'm struggling. Stop growling at me. There is no way for me to combine the speedrun trophy and the hints trophy in one playthrough. But that was a problem for later, because I went into this first playthrough completely blind. And that was the right call, because despite how empty and silent the game is, it's captivating. Take the first antenna room we encountered. Trico became agitated. His eyes turned pink. It was clear he was uncomfortable, and that fear was confirmed the moment he jumped in. Turns out, the antenna has the ability to control Trico's mind, strong enough to convince him to eat me, leading to the game's first cutscene, and it barely explained anything. Just a few breadcrumbs Ueda left behind to keep us invested.
You naughty, you teasing me, you naughty.
The following sequence just added to the confusion. Why was I alive? Why is Trico unconscious? And where the hell did my mirror go? Instead of answers, the game adds an entirely new element. A group of enemies called armored soldiers. Empty suits of armor that for some reason wake up when the boy or Trico get too close. The boy can't defeat the enemies himself because every time he gets close, they grab him and carry him off to a creepy room. So instead, you bring them to Trico and watch him smack the shit out of them. Once I made my way outside, I got to witness a wholesome moment. which was cut short the moment Trico noticed something. Another Trico. Add that to my list of existing questions. Why was there another Trico? Is he a threat? Are there more? I guess we will have to wait to find out. In the meantime, I kept Trico well fed, which will come in handy for the trophies lock, stock and barrel for feeding Trico every barrel, and practice makes perfect for having Trico catch 20 barrels. And when I wasn't doing that, I was examining every inch of his fur to see if there were any spears that needed plucking. Because as I mentioned earlier, the description for this trophy is remove all spears as quickly as possible. And how much time is quickly? Nobody knows. It sure would suck if I missed this trophy for some odd reason. A few sequences later, we unlock the ability to give Trico directions, which sounds awesome if it worked flawlessly. It doesn't. Excuse me, brother, today please. Hello? Okay, seriously, what the hell is going on? Did I do something wrong? The hell are you even staring at? I can't tell you how many times this guy ignored me. Let's hope this doesn't happen during the speedrun. You will sometimes come across talismans like these that frighten Trico. He will not move until you destroy them. So that's what I did. What I didn't expect though were the events that followed. Yeet! Bye-bye, talisman. No! Holy shit, that was close. How the hell did I survive that? With nowhere else to go, I asked Trico to help. Wait, am I supposed to jump to you? Okay. No! And just like that, I failed the deathless run. Failure aside, this sequence was probably my favorite in the whole game. The collapsing bridge, the talisman in the sky, the drawbridge. In a word, cinematic. The next sequence wasn't bad either. We make our way up a tower in the hopes of getting out of the nest, only to be reminded that in the world of video games, it's never that easy. Well, at least he didn't go down with the tower. Am I crazy or was that not a Lion King reference? Our journey back was quite eventful, and not to mention, fun. We came across armored soldiers that used talismans to keep Trico at bay, but not to worry, the boy had an ingenious solution to the problem. Survived another collapsing bridge, performed a circus stunt, and went for a swim. It took me ages to get him to dive to the next area, but once he finally did, it was clear he was not going to stop for anyone. Not even me. Brother thinks he's Dory.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Once the boy came to, we had to go looking for Trico, which didn't take too long, surprisingly. Trico! Boy, am I glad to see you. You're not Trico. I spent the next few minutes running around until I found a way out. Suck it. Yo! Holy shit, that scared me. Thinking I lost my way out, I expected Trico to make a grand entrance to save the day. But that's not what happened. The hell is that sound? Wait, it's controlling him. We get the confirmation that there is someone or something telling these beasts what to do. But that's a mystery for later. First, I have to get the hell out of this mess. There you are. Any chance you can help a brother out? With the help of Trico, I maneuver this cage to the nearest rune circle to get it open. With great patience, might I add.
Deja vu, I just been in this place before. Higher on the street.
With the cage opened, I wasted no time in getting the hell out. Boy, was I relieved to be outside. The call of nature. The hell was that trophy for? Let's just say I'm not the only one who experienced relief. Not long after, we make it to the second antenna room. This is the moment the game explains itself. Turns out, Trico was instructed to kidnap the boy from the village and take him back to the nest. Just when I thought this cutscene couldn't hook me anymore, the game decides to take the visuals and audio to the next level. Holy Mother of God, that music. Oh my God. Now that is beautiful. We also learn how Trico and the boy ended up in that dungeon. The lightning badly injured Trico, which resulted in the armored soldiers locking him away. Either he was considered broken, or the lightning severed his connection to the leader. What I especially liked about this sequence was the contrast of it all. One moment you see a cold Trico kidnapping the boy, and the next, a gentle beast deeply caring for him. Look at him, he's so happy. Fumito Ueda, you magnificent man. While on our journey towards the White Tower, we once again encounter Bad Trico. Only this time, both of them get into a fight, with Bad Trico gaining the upper hand, forcing the boy to help out. Once again, Trico was badly injured, so I took out the spears and went looking for food, when he decided to lend a helping hand. What the hell is that? Is that the mirror? You're telling me you had it all this time? No point getting upset about it now, considering this was the final sequence of the game, where we made it up the last tower and extended both drawbridges. But after that, I had no clue what I was supposed to do. That is until I heard music. Why does it feel like I'm in Forrest Gump right now? Oh shit. Is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do? Come on, Trico, and lift off! Okay, you need to work on your landing. But the flying was awesome. Oh no. After dealing with those guards, we finally make our way inside the Citadel, bringing us to an elevator, which I had to activate by lighting up all the podiums on the bottom floor. It isn't as easy as it sounds, because I also had to be mindful of the guards chasing me.
Why are you running?
But alas, I got it done and rode the elevator to the next floor, where Trico and the boy had to fight waves of enemies. Wasn't too difficult. Which brings us to the final floor, the final piece of the puzzle, the Master of the Valley.
Eurotasa o Yesiasi.
Using the mirror, I shrunk the darkness enough for me to climb to the top, and then used the mirror once again to help Trico climb up. The plan was always to reach the highest point of the Citadel and fly out of this hellhole with Trico, but the master of the valley had other plans. Holy shit, there are so many. The master called the other Tricos to stop us from escaping, which led to a very unsavory and troubling series of events. First of which was the realization that hold up. You mean to tell me I have been feeding Trico children? Basically, if lightning didn't strike Trico, I would have turned into a barrel. As unsettling as that was, the next scene was much, much worse. All the Tricos began attacking our Trico, so I ran towards the mirror in the hopes that I could save him. Don't do it, don't you dare rip. That was difficult to watch. Which brings us to plan B. Toss the tail down and then use it to destroy the master. Destroying the master of the valley not only severed the connection with the other Tricos, but also rendered the boy unconscious. Which is when the game shows us exactly how deeply Trico cares for the boy. Using the last of his strength, Trico takes the boy back to the village, knowing very well there is a chance he will die in the process. But Trico isn't the only one that cares so deeply, because the boy also used the last of his strength to instruct Trico to flee, never to see him again.
Agochi, Ajukui, Atis Nekatagi.
As I sat through the credits, I was processing everything that happened the last hour. The story was beautiful and captivating. I just wish the ending was better. And I didn't even get the trophy for removing all the spears. Turns out, when you restart a checkpoint, the spears respawn. And the only reason I restarted checkpoints was for this trophy, which I also failed because I'm clearly bad. So for my second playthrough, I decided to take my time and listen to every hint, get every collectible, remove every spear, and collect miscellaneous trophies along the way, all while making sure I don't die. everything should go according to plan, right? The miscellaneous trophies were quite fun. I played catch with Trico 20 times, avoided Trico for 3 minutes in the antenna room. You would think I was running around for 3 minutes. You would be wrong. I then got quite clingy with an armored soldier in the same room. I then spent nearly half an hour throwing the same barrel at the same enemy 20 times. It must seem like I'm getting trophies quite quickly, but that's not the case. In between every trophy, there's a lot of checkpoint resets because of the no death run, and a lot of waiting around for hints to pop. I believe the longest I waited was 15 minutes. Jesus Christ, when will this damn hint pop?
So long, Bowser!
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run.
アテメティスナとアテ
Finally, brother just got back from his lunch break. Holy shit. I was clearly losing it. But I wasn't the only one. The armored soldiers didn't like me ripping off their helmets. The next trophy I got was a wholesome one. I had to get Trico to stick his head in every hole in the game. I never got tired of seeing that. I then used a catapult to land on Trico's back. Fire in the hole! Before making a decision I would soon come to regret. You see, for the trophy Lifeline, I need to be saved by Trico's tail 10 times. And the easy way to do it is during this sequence. All I have to do is get on his back, let go, the slow-mo kicks in, and the boy grabs the tail. Simple. What I didn't realize was, you can miss the tail. Guess who failed the deathless run? Again. That trophy had ruined my mood. So much so that I immediately went after another for wearing every outfit in the game. You know what they say. Look good, feel good. Fast forward a little, we once again reached the Citadel, where I got a few trophies in quick succession by defeating enemies with Trico's lightning, feeding Trico the last barrel, and getting Trico to bitch slap 20 enemies that were carrying me. Now all that was left was the encounter with the master and the many Tricos. Speaking of which, I had to touch all of them. Don't ask me why. Leaving me with just one more thing to do before ending the game. The final hint.
アタトゥエユレマオアウクイルユドゥイノ
Gimme my trophy. Hello? Why didn't the trophy pop? Don't tell me I missed one. I still refuse to give up hope. I told myself maybe the trophy will pop after the credits rolled. Let's find out, shall we? I missed the trophy. And with no way to know which one I missed, I have to listen to every hint until the trophy pops. And to add insult to injury, I didn't get the Spears and Deathless Run trophies either. Which means the sub 5 speedrun will have to wait. This was turning out to be a disaster. Turns out the hint I was missing was in the beginning of the game. I felt stupid, but also relieved, because this meant I might actually be able to get the intensive care, deathless run, and speedrun in a single playthrough. Editing Ernest, set the timer, and
Cue the music.
I managed to reach the end of the game without any hiccups. The game clearly had a problem with that. And rather than restarting the checkpoint quickly, I panicked and accepted my fate. But I'll process it later. Gotta finish the run in under 5 hours. Did I make it? Lightning Emissary. Oh, I got the spears too. Thank God. But unfortunately, I have to do one more playthrough for the Deathless run. God damn it. But first, Trico needs a makeover. Now with the power of editing, let's skip to the end to see if I got that damn trophy. I swear if I don't get this trophy, I'm going to seriously lose it. Untouchable Emissary, which means the Platinum Trophy. Finally. Oh boy. Multiple playthroughs and annoying trophies aside, I fell in love with the narrative. I finally understand the hype and fan base around Fumito Ueda. Never thought I'd enjoy a silent and empty world as much as I did. I guess minimalism works, huh? Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. Be sure to also subscribe to not miss out on future uploads. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.